All right, so I'm back, and today, yesterday we looked at Quakewave here, and I know a lot of people were telling me that I didn't get the barrel quite right. I'm sure I didn't. I'll play with it, and eventually I'll figure it out. But thanks for the advice, guys. And then some people were also telling me that make sure you added batteries into this. But if you watch this little switch here, it's kind of. It doesn't seem like it's working right. So yeah. I'm pretty sure that's dead, and I'll eventually get that. The legs still suck. I mean, I've got to figure out a way to get in there and loosen those up. Looks like there's some screws here, so I bet if I actually just screw this a little bit. Screw this one a little bit. Nope, it didn't help. Okay. I'll play with that later. But today we're going to do the hand and forearm replacement for him. So as you can see, it's got that the marbled pink plastic, which as I said, I don't know how much I like this better than that. I like this forearm better than that forearm, but it's one of those like you kind of have to. I don't know. It's just I don't think any way you're gonna make him look bad, but so you want to undo these 3 screws here. So just unscrew that. Set the screw down. I always like to keep the screws kind of in order of where they came from, so you know which one goes where. Because while most of the time the screws are the same size, you never know, you might find that one that's too long for a hole or too wide for the hole. Issue I have all the time. Alright. So you want to take the forearm and just split it now that we got the screws out. And there we go. A little tight here. Alright, so just pay attention of how the arm goes, the hand fits on there. Make sure you're putting this one on the same way. So slide that out. And slide that one on. Now this one, the wrist swivel is a little bit looser than this one. So it's like, kind of win some, you lose some, don't you? And then we'll just put this assembly back together. Just like so. Take the screws and put it back together. So this one's relatively simple. Not a whole lot you have to worry about. And stuff like that. So, if you've done any kind of transformer repair, this is a piece of cake. So as you can see, now he's got the pink hand. Like I said, it's a little bit looser than the clear hand. So that kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's good enough for me. Now for this one, it's pretty simple taking this part off. So again, you undo the screws. while I'm doing this, I'm going to see if there's a way to get this clear plastic barrel out and replace the pink barrel with it. Because I do like the clear plastic colors a little bit better. Alright, so pull this apart. As you can see, I mean, it's just kind of a mess in there with the wires. So I'm sure that's why my light up doesn't work. But that's okay. I don't really care for it at all. Oh, you can. I'll have to disconnect this wires to do it. I think. Let's see here. Just taking this apart. There we go. Pull that out. I'm gonna set that stuff to the side here, and we're gonna put this barrel back together. So I took that apart. There's just a small screw there at the base, and that will pull the light bulb out without damaging it. Not that it works anyway, but I don't want to deliberately damage something. There we go. Now let's see what we can do with this one. So the first thing you want to do is take these 4 screws here out, because this is actually 2 separate pieces right here. It looks like they'd be, the same or something, but they are actually 2 separate pieces. So undo these screws. Careful not to mix them up with the other screws I have sitting here. Alright, so now we can take this piece here and pull this apart. Just like so. Set that off to the side. And then we've got 4 more screws here that we got to take out. As you can see, there's a lot of parts to this thing. I don't know why they had to do 2 screws there. I think 1 would have sufficed. But whatever. I'm not going to complain on their engineering department. Because they didn't make it easier to fall apart. Alright. So split this. Now I'm going to take this piece here out. You don't have to do this. I am choosing to do this. And then we take this arm here, plug that onto the side, plug that in, and then we want to reassemble this part first before we get into anything else. So, there we go. Alright. There we go. Alright, so we got that back on. And now we want to assemble this piece on there. So we'll assemble it so the cord's on the top like normal. Just to make sure we're putting it in the right place. Not that there's really much you can do to screw it up, but I think I might have screwed it up actually. I'm trying to look at these lines here, and they're not quite lining up. So I think I have this on backwards. So let's take it apart. Okay, so I had it like that. So let's do it like this. Yeah, that looks right. There we go. And this side. That looks right. I think we got it right this time. It doesn't make that big of a difference, but aesthetically, I like it better when everything matches up the way it's supposed to. And it's cool because the screws here are now on the outside, which means when you flip the hose around, they will be on the inside. Remember, I didn't really read the instructions, and the new dog actually ate the instructions. So I am no longer able to look at the instructions. He's a chewer. I'm gonna have to get him out of that habit real quick. Alright, there we go. And now he's back together. So when you're transforming him, you want to make sure the cord's still facing the top so that the transformation still stays the exact same. But when he's in robot mode, you can take this and flip this around like so. And now you got the cord on the bottom. All the screws are lined up in the middle, and you got yourself a Shockwave. So I'm probably going to switch the other hand back to the clear purple, because this pink, I don't like it. I think they should have done it maybe gray. I know that's not cartoon accurate, but I'm not a fan of the pink, this pink. The clear plastic's better, but you guys know my opinion on clear plastic. So, and I guess if you really wanted to, you could probably put this arm on this side. I don't know why you'd want to, but you could have double-barreled Shockwave if you want to. It's an option. Not a great option, but it is an option. So yeah, all in all, I think the arm fix was a pretty good idea of them to do. One of those, they didn't have to do it. They could have just left well enough alone. And some people would, complain the cord's on the top. Some people complain the cord's on the bottom. But the fact that they released this add-on kit, I don't remember if I think this was free for those that bought it, or free for like the second edition or something like that. I don't know, but it's worthwhile, I think. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the colors on the hands as opposed to what we had originally. But that forearm being able to swivel is a major difference, and the fact that they gave us the other hands anyway. When, as you could see, they didn't need to do that. I mean, they could have just given us the forearm too. So it's cool that they gave us options on this. I really appreciate that. Companies like this are what's good about third party. Because if they have issues like this, I know TFC did it, Fans Project does it, when they have QC issues, or just not even quality control issues, I mean just aesthetic issue, they find a way to make it right. And that's something that we haven't seen in, say, like X Transbots yet. So far, when with their Apollyon figure, they had two waves. The first wave, the only difference, the first wave about halfway through, some of them got the extra shoulders, that were better designed. Some of them got it, some of them didn't. I had a lot of people asking me on my video when I reviewed it, like, where did I get them? I'm like, well, it came in the box. And then the second edition, which was more expensive by like $15, it just guaranteed that they all had that shoulder fix, and that was the only difference. So, it's like, that's why companies like that I just can't stand. Warbitron, for example, replaced the entire blast off chest with their last figure. Shit like that is what's impressive about the good companies, and you can always tell which one's a good company and which one's a bad company, because the bad companies don't replace things, they don't fix things. Here's Fans Project, they fixed this, or Fans Toys, they fixed this just for the sake of fixing it. They did not have to do this at all, but they did. This was a completely aesthetic fix on this guy. So like I said, I don't remember if it cost more or not, but even if it cost a little bit of money for this, it's worth it. It's a good figure, it's a good upgrade. I like it. I appreciate when companies do stuff like this. Like I said, I'm irritated when companies are like, okay, here's your figure. Oh, the shoulders don't work, so some of them will get fixed shoulders, some of them won't. We'll see. But anyway, so there he is. Like I said, I like the clear better than the pink. I know it's clear pink, but still, I do like it better. And I really like this hose fix. That's awesome. I love that. So again, like I said, MP, you've got some big feet to fill, and the MP looks like he's got skinny toes. So this is still probably one of my most favorite figures. This has been a very good year for me with really awesome figures, because I got this guy, I've got this guy. I gave him kind of a lower score, but I still love the figure, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to be objective when I reviewed him. I got Carrie, and I got the Fans Toys Bombshell. I just got him back after the giveaway, so that's awesome. So I've got some great figures that have come out this year, and yeah. Anyway, there you go. There's the arm fix. Pretty simple fix. Nothing really to worry about.